Well, she calls worldwide pastor Tony Alamo a man of God and says he would never molest a child. The 16-year-old is seen talking to a child welfare worker in a videotaped interview that was leaked to the internet. The teen says if he did, Alamo would be considered dirt and go to hell. Jared Broyles reports.
This Texarkana teen has spent her entire life in the Alamo church. She says her parents met and married in the ministry. The 16-year-old appears firmly convinced that Pastor Tony, as she calls him, has never harmed a child.
I've heard him say he's a pedophile. That's crazy. I mean, I'm a kid. He's never done anything to me. And my friends, he's never done anything to them. So what's the evidence? What are they saying? My pastor's an old man. I mean, he's like 74 or something. Like, what interest do we have in little kids?
The teen seems to blame a former follower for bringing the trouble upon the church and ministry, referring to them as one of the Antichrists and comparing that person to Judas, who betrayed Jesus. She claims to believe that person has blasphemed the Holy Spirit and, quote, has no way to get back to God.
One day after the raid on the Fouke, Arkansas compound, the teen talks readily with the interviewer, defending her beliefs and way of life without being defiant. She also tries to repair her pastor's public reputation.
Anything ever happened where someone was molested in the church, Tony, my pastor, would put them out immediately. He doesn't tolerate that. And let alone, he would never do such a thing. That's sin.
In fact, she says there are rules in place to prevent sexual temptation. The men and boys sit on one side in the church and cafeteria, while the women and girls sit on the other. Women do not typically talk to men who are not their husbands. Singles speak only to the same sex. And as far as the children, boys play with boys, girls with the girls. I'm Jared Broyles, 5 News.
The woman also says the pastor makes sure the children get birthday presents, saying, quote, it's just what any normal, friendly person would do. At one point, the teen said she sometimes wishes everyone lived as they do because then the world would be a perfect place. Here's a quick look at what's happened in the Tony Alamo case over the years. Tony Alamo came to Crawford County in the 1970s to start a ministry in Dyer. Alamo was sent to federal prison in the 1990s for tax evasion. When released, he moved to Fouke, Arkansas. The FBI raided Alamo's Fouke compound on September 20th and removed 6 girls after allegations of child abuse surfaced. Alamo was arrested September 25th in Arizona. A grand jury was convened in Fort Smith to investigate Alamo on September 30th, and on October 23rd, Fort Smith police issued a warrant for Alamo follower John Colbeck, accused of beating a 17-year-old boy. On November 18th, state police swarmed the Fort Smith church, trying to issue court orders for the Department of Human Services. Colbeck has still not been found by authorities.